Stop doing this. Applying your bronzer directly on the face. Instead, take the bronzer on the back of your hand, dab your brush, and like Erica says, put your finger in the hollow and start dabbing your product. This makes it more natural and you will not make a mistake. Stop doing this. Do not apply concealer directly on your dark spots. Instead, use a color corrector. Apply it on the spots that need correcting. Blend that out evenly onto the skin. And now when you apply your concealer, it's going to conceal and not look great. Stop doing this. Don't apply all your concealer right where you're creasing. This will not only make your under eye look heavy, all your concealer is going to sit in the lines. Instead, apply concealer right where the darkness is, and just towards the end, you're going to blend that out in place. And in this way, you're going to have less product. It's going to conceal and it's not going to look so heavy and creasy. Stop doing this. Applying a creamy concealer directly on the skin. Instead, take your concealer, apply that on the back of your hand so you're warming up the product. Use your finger and apply it on the marks that need concealing. This will ensure even distribution of your concealer. Stop doing this. Avoid using a brow pencil that's exactly the same color as your brow hair. Instead, you're going in with a shade that's one shade lighter. This will make your brows look a lot more natural and they won't look too harsh. Stop doing this. Stop using a fluffy brush to apply foundation. Instead, use a dense brush and dab it into the skin. This will give you a lot more coverage. You'll be able to finish your foundation routine pretty quickly and you will not leave streaks on the face. Stop doing this. Stop applying your foundation in places where you don't need it. This will give you a very unnatural look and it might feel heavy. I want you to apply it on the spots that need concealing. Dab that in place, and with whatever's remaining on the brush, I want you to blend that on the clearer skin. It's going to look very natural and it won't feel heavy at all. Stop doing this. Applying your foundation all over your eyelids to set it for eyeshadow. Instead, I like to use an eye base. I like to pat it onto the eye so that it's ready to go for eyeshadow. Stop doing this. When applying your foundation, you keep dragging the product on the face. You're going to move product unnecessarily. Instead, when you're applying foundation and dab the product into the skin, this will not only give you a fuller coverage, the product is not going to move. Stop doing this. Applying your foundation underneath your eyes. Once you have corrected, go in with your concealer just on the places that need it. Blend that out. And this is the way you'll conceal your eyes without feeling heavy or cakey. Stop doing this. Stop applying liquid or cream blushes directly onto the face. Instead, take some at the back of your hand, dab an angular brush, and now apply that onto the skin. This prevents too much product from landing onto the face, but it will also give you a very natural finish. Stop doing this. Dot of highlighter directly on the skin can make it harsh. Take your liquid highlighter, pop it on the back of your hand, take your finger, and now apply it on the face. This will give you a beautiful glow without the harsh line. Stop doing this. After you've finished applying corrector on the face, do not go in directly with the concealer. Take a finely milled powder, applying a very thin layer to set the corrector in place. This will stop your concealer from changing colors. Stop doing this. Don't forget to apply a setting spray after you've applied all your makeup. Applying a setting spray on your face, it makes your makeup last longer and it helps melt down any powders, so making it even more natural. Stop doing this. After applying eyeshadow and before mascara, you just leave the eye as it is. It's always better to tightline the eye so that you get a more seamless and continuous look, and it also helps define your eyes. Stop doing this. Stop applying powder everywhere on the face and making it flat and matte. Instead, I want you to apply it where you have got texture and apply it in places where you crease. It will mattify texture and your face will be glowing in places where it needs to. Stop doing this. Apply your concealer wherever you like. Take a setting spray, spray that on the brush. Now, blend your concealer out with the brush. Look at how even that looks. Look at that. And you're done. You do not need powder. Stop doing this. Stop applying powder if you can see any crease lines on the face. Instead, make sure you're blending all that out. Use a precise brush and then apply it precisely. It means that you're not setting already creased up makeup. And once you've used powder, your makeup is not going to move. Stop doing this. Stop applying your mascara directly onto your eyelashes. The chances of you having clumpy lashes is very high. Instead, remove the excess onto the tube. You'll have less product on the lashes, but they'll be separated and not clumpy anymore. Stop doing this. Stop leaving your blush unblended on the face. Instead, take your brush. I like to go at the center of the pupil, blend it slightly into the eye socket. And you can see it looks more natural than this straight line here. Stop doing this. Stop applying a bronzer that is too light for your skin. Instead, apply a bronzer that's 1 or 2 shades deeper than your normal skin tone. This will give you a beautiful bronze-like finish. Stop doing this. If you're going in with too much concealer, it's going to look noticeable. This will make your concealer look heavy and it can get cakey. Instead, apply it in places where you need it, such as the under eyes, some of the dark spots. Instead of blending it everywhere, tap it on where you need it. In this way, you're making sure your imperfections are getting covered, but you're not applying it in places where you don't need it. Right. You're applying your blush, but it disappears too quickly. Once Once you've applied your cream blush, go in with your powder blush and set the cream blush in place. Your blush will look more vibrant and it won't disappear. Try it. Stop doing this. Stop combing your brow hair with gel in one direction. It will not give dimension to your face and your brows will look flat. Instead, apply brow gel in the front, going upwards. You want to go sidewards, and towards the tail, you want to comb it out. Your brows will not look too heavy and you'll get dimension as well. Try it. Stop doing this. You're applying your pigmented blush directly on the face. It's not going to complement you and you'll end up blaming the poor product. Instead, take your liquid blush, apply a single dot on the back of your hand, use a tapered brush, apply that on the tip of the bristles, remove off some excess, and now apply it on the skin. This will give you more control. You'll be able to blend it out easily and you'll get a soft blush look. Use this technique and you won't have an issue. Try it. Stop doing this. When you're filling the tail of the brow, you tend to bring it downwards. This is just going to make your eyebrow droop and that'll pull your face downwards. Instead, do this. You want to create soft hair-like strokes following the shape of your brow. In this way, your brow will look lifted. It'll not look overly thick and they look even too. Try it. Stop doing this. You apply a powder highlighter and it emphasizes texture. Instead, use a liquid highlighter. Apply it on the high points of the cheekbone. Blend that into the skin. In this way, you'll get a beautiful glow, but it won't emphasize texture. Stop doing this. You have just applied powder and your face is looking dry and cakey. Go in with a setting spray. Spray it on the skin. Let it dry down. Use your brush to tap in the setting spray. Your powder is nice and melted. Now your powder won't look cakey and your makeup is set. Try it. Stop doing this. After you've applied a red lipstick, you just leave it like that. Instead, take your concealer and a flat brush, apply some at the back of your hand and make sure you're cleaning up the edges. This will make your lips stand out. Your lips will look more crisp and they'll give you a natural pout. Try it.